You know, you'd think after so many streams, I would remember I have to click the go live button to go live. I forgot. I was wondering and thinking, hi, Giraffe. Hello, welcome. Yeah, it's a thing of, I forgot. Yeah, have to click the go live. Can't just click start streaming on the OBS. I gotta click start streaming on YouTube as well. Oh boy, isn't that fun? Oh, that's fun and painful. That's what that is. Okay, let me go ahead and move this guy over here. Where are we at? It's yeah, it's fine. It's a growing pain. What, I started in August. It's now October. I've had about 3 months. I'll get there eventually. It's always just a work in progress. But how are you doing today? Hi. There we go. So let's start the timer. It does indeed. A small update. The multi-chat's no longer a thing. It's taken, since 3 months. It hasn't worked consecutively for 3 days straight. So now it'll just be one chat on screen, which will be Twitch. But I can now 100% see YouTube chat. I figured out a format I think I like a lot. We'll see if it works. But I've been fighting one-on-one with figuring out if I can get YouTube chat working and Twitch chat working and combine them together. But oh boy, yeah. And you're excited for today's stream? Wonderful. That's good news. That's wonderful news, actually. I'm excited as well. I like a little bit of writing, and this weekend I wanted it to be a spooky weekend since next weekend it won't be Halloween. Hi, Lewis. Welcome to stream. Yeah, that's just the thing of next week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be in November, so I won't be able to do a Halloween stream. So consider this weekend the Halloween weekend stream, since today we'll be doing this spooky writing for the vampire. Tomorrow we'll do FNAF, and then back to our regularly scheduled program of just programming and art. So this week, not art. Next week, will be art. And I feel like I'm leaning a little bit. Let me go ahead and copy this. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be fun. So let me go ahead and what am I doing? I'm doing this, and then I'm pinning this. It won't let me pin it. Hold on. There we go. Manually unpin. Unpin. We're good. Pinning. Great. Okay. I think the pinning's okay. And I'll also pin it here. I'm hoping the system I have now will let me see messages sooner, quicker, faster, stronger. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But welcome indeed. I'm really excited. No, look at that. That's a double chat. There we go. Nice and fixed. Okay. So far, so good. Totally not scuffed. We're doing A-okay. But indeedy, I said this every time, or at least just games. How's this week been? Duplicating text? Yep, just fixed it. And welcome, Moo. welcome back. Yep, saw it and fixed it. All done and dusted. Yeah, it's just gonna take a second. We're at least figuring out how chat's working on streams. Always a little funny. Say you were gonna send the message twice to be funny. That would be 4x in sending it. That's some multiplication right there. Start getting infinite numbers. Pixel art of our elf cowboy bard ended wonderfully. Yeah, that's the thing. It was started off bad. It's now working, and then depending on what happens today, I'll make a pixel art of that for Monday. So it'll be a conclusion to a story. So the start of it. Today is the journey through it, and then the conclusion, which we'll figure out today, and then I'll draw it today. So it'll be fun. And hi, Disco, and yes, indeedy, how are you? Hope you're well. I am great. I'm wonderful, and I'm excited and wrapped. As I like spooky, I just don't like scary. I like the atmosphere of Halloween, but not the actual Halloween. I like the trick-or-treating and the cute spooky ghosts, not the actual horrifying ones that crawl through your screen. Those are the ones I don't like. Well, welcome indeed, Moo, and welcome indeed, Disco. And I'm wondering if I should pin a message to say the YouTube chat, the merge chat, but it's fine. Yeah, this is the thing of last week it didn't work. So, this plate, I tried, failed, attempts were made, lines are drawn. And hi, Escobar, welcome to stream. Welcome, everyone. That's just so fun to say. And oh yeah, I am excited. Let me go ahead, move some stuff around. Have any of you played any spooky games recently or plan to do any spooky games? Have any plans for Halloween? I used to go trick-or-treating a lot, but in my later years, I have not. And since I've taken from, well, I don't eat as much candy as I used to. So this Halloween, I'll make a pumpkin pie, spooky pumpkin pie, and also do some pumpkin cheesecakes. I'll be baking. That'll be my Halloween, and then I'll spend it probably watching The Nightmare Before Christmas. That sounds like a lot of fun. So it's not won't be trick-or-treating, won't be dressing up, but I feel like if you just buy your own candy, it's not the same as trick-or-treating. I liked working off of effort, working off of the hard-earned rolling in of candy. So buying it, I didn't like it. But with that all set, timer's about to end. And so let me go ahead and put on these wrist thingamajiggies, pull up my keyboard, and then we'll be good to go. Hi, Zach, welcome. You just spent like 3/4 hours studying in a library just to come to a stream with main focus on a book? Yeah, I mean, it's a journal, and hi, welcome. Yeah, it's a bookish, funnish, hopefully sort of thing. The timer is up though, and instead of doing a review, I figured, well, not review, but summary, as we're doing one thing today. So I figured we didn't need a stream planner. I'm going to explain how the game works. I'm going to explain where our character is. I'm going to explain rules and everything, and then we'll play the game. So it should only take a few minutes to explain everything. You'll kind of, I'm sure you'll pick it up as we go. To start off, and I'll move us to, where am I moving you to? I am moving you to this screen. Transition. Here we go. Wonderful. So here we are, and let me go ahead and move the chat over here. Hi, Bananarama. You've recently played something really scary? Midterms, ooh. Those are scary indeed. Oh man, how have you not had nightmares? I'm a little concerned for your sleeping health. Oh boy. Okay, so saying all of that, let me see if it works in here, as I'm using a bot, but I'm wondering if the bot is gonna work or not. We'll see. So I'm gonna go exclamation reroll in YouTube. If it doesn't work, I have a backup bot, but we're good. Okay, so all you have to do is, the game works off of rolling dice, and if we go over here to here we go. So how the game works is that we'll roll some dice, and depending on the dice, we get a prompt. For example, this is in your blood hunger. You destroy someone close to you. Kill a mortal character. Create a mortal if none are available. Take the skill bloodthirsty. But if you don't like that roll that I get, you can do exclamation reroll, and we can reroll that roll to get a different prompt. So it offers a way to kind of help craft the story. And last time I had it set up so you only had 3 rerolls every for one stream, but to make it a little bit more interactive, you get 3 rerolls every hour. And since the stream is 4 hours long, you'll get a total of 3. So no worries. Think about it a little bit, but oh, hold on. Thank you for letting me know. Oh boy. There we go. Here is the prompt. Wonderful. Can't have nightmares if you don't sleep. Big brain. Big brain indeed. That's the basics of the game. The game is, there's different assets and different memories, experience. So I will explain next the character backstory and the character we'll be playing. And that should hopefully light some clarity, as this is the game. All of this. It is a writing game, a pen and paper RPG game. Let me go ahead and move us over here. This is the guy we will be playing as, Serial Eldrick. If the cursive is a little bit too cursive-y, let me know. We can change the font, but I figured this was kind of a nice script writing sort of feel. On saying all of that, let me go ahead and swap the music, like so. All I gotta do is do that. And, oh, actually, yeah, let's just do that. There we go. And then we'll go back into here. Okay. And then I will put on this music. Where are we? Bum bum ba. Like that. Look at those transitions. Right. This is the backstory we came up with. And now I will read it. So let me go ahead and move this up a little bit, zoom out a little bit to make it a little bit easier to see on screen. Okay. I don't need water quite yet. We're all good. Okay. Born as one of triplets, the youngest of my elven siblings, life was never the easiest. We were poor, plain and simple. With so many mouths to feed, my parents turned to the gambling house to bring a steady flow of cash and keep our stomachs full. This was a fact that they tried to keep hidden, often sneaking out in the middle of the night when they thought we were all asleep, but I never could. So I followed them, always making sure to keep my head low. I take what I learned from them, watching them, and use it to my own advantage. When I wasn't in town earning money with my siblings by playing music, I was off wagering a gamble. Then, one night, while following my parents, I'd see them put everything on the line during a bet. They lost. And after being escorted into a room I couldn't begin to, that was the last I saw of them. Truthfully, I really can't recall the rest of my youth, or my teenage years, even my adulthood. I've always wanted to do the right thing by my parents, make them proud and whatnot, but that night changed me. Centuries of my life have been wasted trying to find them. I joined a smuggling guild after getting word they'd been kidnapped. I learned the trade, did a lot of good in the world by helping those in need, but I never could find them. I've had to meet reality that they are long past dead. If not of worser causes, it'd have been from old age as I now reach it. I'd been drinking my sorrows away one night when a fellow came up to me at the bar. He offered me time, and all for the cost of a song. I thought I had nothing left to lose, and besides, I'd always been a gambler, so I did it. For that, I wish I'd never had. And there it is. You sound like an experienced dungeon master. I have played D&D. I've been a dungeon master. So I'm glad you're getting that vibe. You can always have a nightmare in real life. It's named TCC. Oh, what's that? Oh boy, it sounds scary. Just the names. But I hope you like that backstory. It is the summarization of what we ended up, and I just kind of meshed it together. So that is Serial Aldrich, this elven man right here. After that happened, after he was bitten during the night, these are memories of his life, skills that he has achieved, and resources and characters. So let's go down through what we have, our assets to choose from. And I'm wondering, oh, okay, we're good. Okay, so going down the list, let's start off with, characters. The people your vampire has a relationship with can be mortal or immortal. Poor elf is crying. Those are not tears. And they're not even makeup anymore. Those are permanent. You'll say, oh yeah, he's sad. He's a sad boy, all right. Characters, we have 3 characters. We know of a character named Alona Homage, a young elven woman who has quite the ear for gossip. We know of someone named Vice Lyris, an ambitious middle-aged tiefling who's the current leader of my guild. I've been close with his grandfather's parents. The man fits the shoes well. We have Garrett Hall, my most recent partner for a smuggling scheme of a magical artifact. He's a cranky old human wizard, far too upstuck for my taste. Awesome, really should make a D&D stream one day. If you want, you can think. I would love to do a D&D stream, but it'd be a lot of work to arrange, but it sounds like fun. Yeah. There isn't in your country something like develop a searching about something? Oh, I see. You finished the university, you need to do a conclusion course. Oh, no, I haven't heard of that before. Either I have or I just forgot. I could have forgotten. And then we know one immoral character, which is the vampire that bit us, who is Linwood Ritter, the vampire that bit me. He's as slippery as a shadow, looks like one too. I heard that killing vampires that turned you make you mortal again. Let's find out. And these are the characters we know of in our past and present. Let's see. Love a good dungeon dragon, good dragon. Yeah. Okay, I did read that. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so with the characters out of the way, we can talk about our skills and mark. So skills are what your vampire can and might do. A checked skill is what we've done, and an unchecked one is what they're capable of. And a mark is a visible indication of your vampire. So if we go up here into our skills and marks, we have 3 skills. We have Lucky Roller, because he's a really good gambler. We have Silver Tongue, because he's a charmer. And we have Magic Hands, which just means he can grab stuff without people noticing. And as far as his mark goes, his makeup has permanently stained his face. So he can no longer take the makeup that he wore as a performer off. That's there to stay. He is permanently sad boy. With that said, let's talk about our resources. So assets that are useful or that your vampire values. Stationary resources are possessions that can't be moved, like a building. We start off with 3 resources. And the 3 resources we have are his trusty horse, Ox. We have a guild hideout we can stay in, and some wealth that we saved up. Quite a lot of wealth. Oh, we'll touch on the Diary. Diary holds 4 memories. This is a resource that we can grab anytime we want, and it will save memories. We can talk about memories. So memories are defined by a theme, trait, or something else that links 3 experiences together. An experience is one event, and it can be a few seconds or span a few centuries. Describe the resolution of a prompt. And to explain some bad puns, it's okay. So let's see. Example. Here are some examples of experiences. They are just a kind of 1 to 2 sentences explaining what happens during a prompt. So for example, if this was the prompt we were given, we would write an experience based on this. And that is how the game goes. So you kind of move through it. And here are some memories that we have and experiences that we have to start out with. So memory 1. I've never stayed in one spot for too long, as it is the life of a smuggling bard. Started as a way to get information on my parents' disappearance, however, they are long dead now. Memory 2. I've been in the business with Vice's family for centuries, the Lyris. In honor of my patronage, they gave me free residence in the guild house. I was never one for living alone. Memory 3. I remember the first time I won my first horse during a bet. I'm a lucky roller after all. I've had all sorts of steeds during my years, though this one has the strong kick like an ox, hence the name. You can only imagine how I had to find that out the hard way. Memory 4. Garrick, that stubborn man, almost costed us a mission when he refused to get a little dirty and hide in sewage away from guards. Almost jeopardizing the mission because of your pride, will you? I took his ID for a while and made a fool out of him. And Memory 5. Down on my luck one night, I drank my sorrows away at a bar. A mysterious man, Linwood, offered me the gift of time for what I felt I had lost. Upon playing him a requested song, he turned me into both a clown and a monster. My makeup won't come off, no matter how hard I scrub. So these are his memories, and during the game we'll have to either move the memories, erase the memories. He might forget all of these and become a different person entirely. Those are memories, and we hold up to 3, and they have to be categorized. For example, this one's kind of lost and vampire. This one's more so maybe revengeous a little bit, and maybe dealing with smuggling or something to that offense. So saying that, let's see, did we go over everything? I believe so, yeah. So the game's over when you can't check an unchecked skill, or you have no more resources available. And the way the game works is that we will add more skills and resources as we go along, but we can swap the 2. So for example, if we have no more resources left, we can use a skill. We can check a skill. But if we can't check a skill, then we have to use a resource. And if we can do neither, the game is over. Memories sound like a neat system. Might steal that? Yeah, that's the whole basis of this game, is that it's based on memories and experiences. And because it's 1,000-year-old vampire, the loss of your memories and changing you as a person, so it makes the game, I think, really interesting. Okay, so with all of that said, we move into playing. So as I said before, the game works by rolling a d10 and subtracting it from rolling a d6, subtracting from a d10. And the best way for me to explain that to you is if I do a roll. So if I go ahead here and we first roll that d10, we can roll it like so. And what do we get? We get 2. And then we roll a d6, so we roll it again, and we get 5. So it would be 2 minus 5, which would be -3. So that's the number we would get, -3. And that's how the game works. And then if the roll isn't what you like, you just do exclamation reroll and we reroll it. And that is how the game works. And we go along and we write down memories and experiences, and that is that. So in saying all of that, let me slide this over here to make a little bit of room so I can see stuff and everything a little bit clearer. Maybe I can this a little smaller. Okay, I think I can see everything. Okay. Let me go ahead and slide this guy over here, and we will move this for a second so we can move back over here to our memories and experiences. I'll open up the book and we will get started with prompts. And the book's really cool. It's $14 for the PDF, so I highly recommend getting it. It's fun. I've played it. I haven't even played the full game once, but I did get a chance to play it a year or 2 ago, and it was nice. Okay. And that's really lovely art as well. But we're moving over to when the game starts, which is here. The prompts. So now, whatever roll I roll, we'll add it to our current number. So we start at 1, and we add the 2 rolls together. Oh boy, and OBS decided, you know what? Time to disconnect. Okay, let's try rolling again. One more try, as that... I rolled so many times. Alright. This is... What do we get? 1? Okay, so it's 1 minus... 1 minus 2. So the number will be -1. So since it's -1, we start with prompt 1. And what is prompt 1? Prompt 1 is, in your blood hunger, you destroy someone else close to you. Kill a mortal character, and create a mortal if none are available. Ooh, okay. So in that case, and if no one wants to re-roll that, we will use this prompt and create a new experience. So go ahead and copy that. Move this over. And we'll go ahead, hide this boil, and here we are. Who are we killing off? Thinking maybe we can roll a d4 to figure it out, but who would be the character we probably would murder? And I'm thinking it might have to be Alona, as she's the woman at the bar, and in your blood hunger, you destroy someone close to you. So I feel like she would be the one to go, as she's the closest. The other two are kind of, stream suddenly died and came back, oh boy. Did you not catch any of that? Let me check. I can certainly re-roll if that's the case. Hold on. Dun dun. Okay. So what I did was roll the d10, subtract it from the d6, and we ended up with this prompt. But if this isn't the prompt you want, you can try, well, you can do exclamation re-roll to re-roll everything, and we can try again. Yeah, you thought it was your internet? My internet's been on and off, but thank you for letting me know as well. And hi, Toolshed, welcome. So if no one wants to re-roll this roll, then we'll have to murder someone. And like I said, the elven woman, I think, is gonna have to get chopped and hit the block. But saying that, let's see, how can she have died, do you think? I'm thinking this happens right after the vampire bites us, this guy here, Linwood. So what I'm thinking is, and I'll go ahead and just copy this experience. Oop, do that. Copy this experience and paste it here so we can see it a little bit better. It'll let me grab it. And we'll do it down here. Alright, so what I'm thinking is, and we can move this up a little bit. Oops. Still trying to figure out the kinks of all of these things. Okay. So, I'm thinking, maybe this happens during when you're sitting at the bar, right? So let me see, what do I have in my reservoir? I have this. There we go, how about that? I'm thinking what happens is, you look a little under the weather, Alona notices, and she decides to pull you into the back to check on you, and this is when you kill her. Let's see. In my sudden, and let me zoom in a little bit. In my sudden haze of hunger, I attack and kill Alona. Hold on. I attack and kill Alona. After she pulls me in the back to check on my worsening condition. The font looks cool. I'm glad you like it. I was a little worried it might be a little bit too illegible, but I'm glad it's not. So I'm thinking this is that, and since we have Alona, we can go ahead and go here. She's now dead, like that. Yep, that's what I'm thinking. As yeah, it seems like the case. She would be the one to go, especially if the memory was he got bit at the bar, since she's the bar lady. And hi, Luma, welcome. So here we go. And this guy can go on top. Oop. Working out the things. This goes down. This should be able to, oops. This guy here, yes. There we go, wonderful. So this is memory 2. I think it belongs here with getting turned. So it's basically a thing of, I got bit, and now, in my sudden haze of hunger, you attack Alona at the bar, and because bringing the back, worsening condition. And I think that's good. So we only have one more experience here. And, oops. For the occasion, where do we have it? There we go. She is now dead. That is what that sound is. Death. Okay, let's move on. Let's do another roll. So the roll we get is D10. Oh, hold on, let me pull this back up. Roll. And yes, this is a very dark game. Gets dark very quickly. Oh no, yep. So we have 10, and it will be 10 minus, yeah, another one. Let's hope no more happen. Roll again, 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8. So we move up 8. So it'll be 9. We'll land on 9. So we go to 9, 4, 6, 7, 9. And let me go ahead and move this to here. Okay. Where do we take it from here? Let's see. You develop a system for feeding. What is it? What happens to those who die? Ooh, that's pretty good. What if you don't like it? You can re-roll it. But I do like that one. After killing her in his grief, maybe, he decides to develop a system so this doesn't happen again. So let's see. What type of people would he kill? Let me go ahead and grab this so we have it and we can see it. And we'll go back down here. And, oh, that did not last long. Hold on. Here we go. That's a little better. Okay. So let me go ahead and hide it. Dun, dun, dun. We'll hide that. And then we'll go in here. And it'll be in an experience. So you develop a system for feeding. What is it? What happens to those who die? Create a skill that reflects this. Ooh, we get to create a skill. Nice. Okay. Everyone with pointy ears. They grow pointy ears. We can add that. I'm thinking, what system would he maybe develop? He's very... He's tried to be a good person. So he wouldn't want to kill people that he thinks aren't bad or aren't good. So he wants to kill bad people. So in wanting to kill bad people, I'm thinking he would choose... I was gonna say maybe he chooses people that are drunk at the bar, but there's a book that your teacher showed you where at high school where you need to choose between options and each one took you to a different direction in history. Ooh, that sounds fun. That kind of sounds like this. A lot of people use this as a way to write their history, as their history buffs, so they play through a moment in history as a vampire. But that sounds really cool. Become a doctor, drain blood to heal them, and then just drink it. We can do that. Sure. Maybe he decides to, yeah, we can try it. Well, not try it, we can. How about that? He is able to, he's a medic. Skills and marks, he's a medic. He's able to heal someone. But was something about you fighting against monsters or something like that? I see, interesting. So he's a medic, I do like that as a suggestion, so let's go with it. So the system for feeding, plot to a video game, maybe. All right. So in his wanting to develop a system for feeding, I took up the field of, what is it called? I took up the field of, it's not called medics, it's called, I forget, what is the field of medicine? I took up the field of medicine. I took up the field of medicine to help cover my tracks. Using leeches as a mean to aid people. I save what? Blood. Well, hold on. It says kill, doesn't it? Oh, no. The feeding system. I save what blood I don't use. I don't use to feed myself. Sometimes the leeches take a little too much. I write it off as a medical accident. How about that? And hi, Secret. Welcome. Uni class in the morning making you want to slam your... Oh, how violent. Yeah, classes aren't too good. I do understand that. I'm thinking, should this go... If not for video game, it'd be something in... Yeah, video games take a lot of inspiration from everywhere. It's wonderful. A lot of things take a lot of inspiration for everyone. And I'm thinking, while we could put this experience in Vampire, if we do that, this memory will be full. So I'm thinking what we can do. Oh, reroll this one? Okay. I see. Understood. This one's out of the gate then. What do we reroll? Let me go ahead and albeit so I can paste. Okay. So you have used one. Let me go ahead and re-roll that. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. That one didn't count. Okay, here we go. So we're re-rolling. So we have D10, and we take the D10, and we have 5, and then 5 minus what? 5 minus 4. So we get 1. So we move up 1. Happy that the last 3 semesters you had unique pick courses that always... Yeah, afternoon evening classes are the best. Alright. So the next prompt then instead, which is... So we don't become a doctor. A doctor we do not become. Let's see. My morning evening classes that start at 12:30 p.m. Midnight? Let's see. Horrified at your new nature, you withdraw from society. Where do you hide? How do you feed? Create a stationary resource which shelters you. Ooh, that one's pretty nice too. Afternoon? I can never tell. I'm not good at time. So I'll go ahead and copy this guy here, and this will be the one we use instead of the becoming a doctor. So let's go ahead. So I'll go ahead and get rid of medic. Dun-dun. Like this. And then we'll go ahead and grab this guy, paste this guy, and this is the new memory we get. So let's see. Horrified by your new nature, you withdraw from society. Where do you hide? How do you feed? I mean, we can still be a doctor, but Horrified by your new nature, you withdraw from society. Where do you hide? How do you feed? Create a stationary resource which shelters you. Alright, so I'm thinking what we can do, and let me see as well. This guild hideout kind of is all over the map, so it's not really stationary, but I'm thinking. Maybe what we can do is do here, and then we can do, let's see. Move this guy down here a little bit. Horrified by your new nature, you withdraw from society. So let's see. How do you feed? Where do you hide? Maybe he decides to hide in... I forget her name, so let me just check again. Alona's. Maybe he decides to take shelter in Alona's now house. You could be less of a doctor, more of a, you don't know the word, but the people who side beside people on their deathbed. So like if you do that long enough, maybe your reputation, people could come to you to die peacefully. I mean, the thing is that if you're beside them, or you live in the sewers and drain, you have to, one of the rules of the game is that you have to take blood from people. So you can't be a vegan vampire. That is out of the picture, unfortunately. we can't take the easy road. But let's see. Long enough, maybe reputation, people come to die peacefully? I'm thinking. Stationary resource. We could use her home, since she's now dead. But as far as where do you hide, how do you feed? Maybe he takes... Okay. Maybe instead then what we can do, or say, and let me zoom in a little bit, move this guy down some. Maybe what happens is, and let me go ahead and do this, horrified by your new nature, you withdraw from society. No longer the oh no, C-H-A-R-A-S-M, hold on, charismatic. I don't ever get to spell that word. C-H-A-R-M-A-S-T-S-E, charismatic. C-H-A-R, hold on, C-H-A-R-I-S-M-A-T-I-C, Gaia. No longer the charismatic bard I once was. It just seems like it's one of those days. Hold on. Let me check. Where are we at? In connection? Are we good in connection? Did the connection just ended or stopped working for a second? It seems to be fine now. Are we good to go now? Everything's connected? Seems to be the case. Yeah, that's just not something I can fix, unfortunately. There we go. Just rob a blood bank? I don't know if they'd have those. We have to drink from a human as well. It does say that. Yeah, should prey on human beings. So we can't just do that. But welcome, the artist formerly known as Sneed. I feel like I've read that name before. Let's see. I took to hiding in a mortuary. Or maybe I took to hiding. I took to... Maybe not hiding. I took to assisting. A-S-S-I-S-T. Assistant. assisting. Hold on. Let me go ahead and do that. ASSIS. There we go. That is a funny word. ASSISTING. Assisting a mortician. MRTIC. Mortician by becoming. BECOMIG. Becoming an assistant. Becoming an assistant. When the doctor. Morticians, are they doctors? How about this? When left alone with the bodies. I take my feed from there. How about that? And then we can go ahead and say, let's say, we can go ahead and get rid of this. And we need a resource. So what resource should he gain from this? It should be stationary. I'm thinking maybe the resource of stationary. I guess the building access to a mortuary. For whatever reason, he might need one. There we go. Okay. Also, let me double check. Do we have to use a skill? Let's see. Yeah, what your fame could do. I'm wondering, does it have to be crossed out? Let me double check. As if we do have to use the skill to charm our way into there, that's what I'm wondering. Let's see. Uninstructed 2. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Let's see. Maybe fear of society. We can hide in an old dictionary. Still, you can still will. Hold on. Will drink blood from death ones. You post for a second. You didn't post. For a second time, you didn't post. Yeah, the internet's a little wonky at the moment. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. We're not an old station, but a mortuary. A little similar. I'm wondering, let's see, is what your vampire, they are part of your vampire thing. Let's see, skills or do not want to check. Okay, so you may only check a skill once. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'm guessing you have to check it if it prompts you to check. Yeah, some prompts will instruct you. So we're good. Okay, we move back to 2. Where are we at? Would a vampire get under the influence by drinking blood from someone not sober? Could pair well with that kill from earlier. True, that's true. In a blind haze of needing to feed. Maybe something to that extent. That's nice. That's nice. It's good stuff. Where are we at? Dun dun dun. Let's see. Where are we at? Pick to the field of medicine. Oh. Hold on, I'm not seeing her anymore. Oh, where'd she go? Did I delete her? Oh, hold on. This is fine. We can just undo. As simple as that. Undo. Undo. Do. Oh, undo. Where are we at? Nope, that's medicine. Go back a little bit more. Do. Where is that we had? There it is. Wonderful. We got her back. And... oh, I see. It was behind. Got ya. What I have to do then is do undo here. Grab this here. And I have to do this and then move this in front. That's what happened. There we go. Move that back down and paste. And now we're good. So now we need to, let's see, in my sudden haze of hunger and in my sudden haze of hunger and unclarity. How about that? There we go. Unclarity. C-L-A-R-I-T-Y. There we go. Unclarity. How about that? All right. So where should this experience go? I'm thinking, well, this kind of implies travel, I think, for this memory idea. This one kind of implies knowing people and experience. So maybe not that one, it can be stuffed there. This one is more gambling, I'd say. This one's more so revenge-ish. So maybe it should go here, I'm thinking. Kind of like concluding his becoming a vampire, killing someone, not wanting it to happen again. But we can put it here in this memory. Okay. Let me get some tea. Not tea, coffee. Good old coffee. Alrighty. And now, we roll again. Okay. So, open up the book. And we are on prompt 2. And we go again. So I roll a d10. which is 10. And then we subtract 6, we'll d6 from it. And the d6 is, you need to go now, enjoy the game. Thank you for coming, Lewis. Thank you for stopping by. So 1, which means we move up 9, which means we land on 11 from 2. Let's go ahead and go to 6, 7, 8, 11. Here we go. So let's go ahead and move this so I can see it a little better. All right. How do you find solace from the raging hunger within? You may lose one checked or unchecked skill. Good. Let me double check everything. The internet's not happy with me today, it seems. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so I can see. Okay. We have YouTube up there, Twitch up there. How are we doing? Okay. I see myself moving. It says stream is streaming. Let me double check. And then we'll be good to go. Let's see. It says it's live again. Let me refresh. Just double check. Bum bum. Are we good? Are we good? Okay. Seems to be moving again. YouTube, how about you? Are we doing well? Are we doing okay? Okay. I think we're good to go now. Okie dokie. That's good news. Okay. So I'm saying all of that. We did odd and even was good, so we'll do a good happy experience memory. Let's see. So I'm thinking I've taken to writing what I cannot remember into a diary. I woke up this morning to find it lost. Some of my memories lost with it. And I'm thinking... Okay, good. That's wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so with that said, I'm thinking what we can say is... This morning, I came across a passage in my diary that spoke of a time when... Let's see, happy memory. We're trying to be a little bit outlandish here. This is a good happy memory, apparently, because we rolled even. So this morning, I came across a passage in my diary that spoke of a time when before I was a vampire. I seemed to have been great at... What do we want him to be good at? I seem to have been... How about this? A great swords fighter. There we go. He has awful strength. He can't lift at all. But you know what? The deceptions he practiced made him believe he's pretty good in a fight. That's what he thinks, or what he believes at the very least. Let's go with that. He thinks he's good in a fight. So if it comes down to it, he might actually decide to fight and realize, oh wait, I'm not good in a fight. But he believes he is good. So let's go with that. Okay. With that all said and done, where are we at? Let's go and do a roll. We'll go ahead and open up the book, like so. And then we'll go ahead and roll. So, D10, give it a second. What do we get? 5. And 5. What happened to him? Well, you see, Moon Raider, and hi. YouTube's experiencing a little problems, but welcome to stream. He is no longer Sirio. He is now Clen Pandril. But... Oh, you can't say it. Hold on. He's now Clen Panril. But you see, he was Cinder Yonder. And now he's Clen Panril. This is his third name. He's on his name 3. Oh boy. Okay. So what do the logs say? The logs say... And let me close it. I didn't even see the logs. Hold on. Let me go back in time. Let's see what it said up there. Let me go up here. Dun. What do we get? Go back in time. Logs say, and let me close it. What do the logs say? Cinder Yonder. A bit more. He's experiencing a little problems. But okay. Welcome to stream. So 5. He is no longer Sirio. Let's see. He is now Clen. 1d10 was 5. And I think that was the only number. Okay. So it's 5 minus something. Same character. Yep. Same character, different name. Yep. He goes under a different alias now. So it's 5 minus... What is it minus? 4. So 1. So we move up 1 in the journal. So it goes from 36 to 37. And 37 gives us Oh boy, I don't like how it says things fall to dust. Let me go ahead and copy this so I can see a little bit better. And if you don't like the roll that we got, you can always do exclamation reroll. We have 4 minutes before the rerolls reset, and you get a new fresh 3 if you've used them before. He would probably think his opponent cheated. Decided to reroll? Reroll it is. Opponent cheated? What do you... I would need a little bit more elaboration on that. But reroll it is. So we're at 36. Let's go ahead and reroll. So instead we get 6 and 3. So we go up 3, which means we are at... What are we at? 39. That is it. 39. 38. 39. And what does 39 give us? Dun, dun. Let's see. We get... Oh, another H. Our diary keeps getting damaged. Oh boy. Alrighty then. Let me go ahead and add it to the number as well. That was your last roll, Labor Jam. And that'll be reset in 3 minutes. Okay. H has damaged your diary. Strike out 3 nouns. Again. Okay, let's see. Nouns are person, place, or thing. Let's go downtown to our diary again. And we were down here, so person, place, or thing is what we're looking for. So I know I shouldn't have, but I had nowhere to go when the sun was rising. I took refuge in a house, person, place, or thing. Person, place, or thing. This is why I wasn't good at English. I broke into it and encountered a child who lived alone. Is child a noun? I think it's a noun, right? Leave that book alone. Thank you. Alright. That was your last ones for the hour sec. 2 minutes and it resets, but let's see. We'll go back. Let's see where we're at. 36, right? There we go. That book has gone through so much pain. Okay. So, what do we get? D10. 2. Oh, we're going back in time. That is not good. 6. 4. Minus 4. Yes, it's not. I got it right! It took me a second, but now we're going back in time. So it's minus 4. Minus 4. So 39 minus 4 equals 35. 35. Oh, no. We started on 36. So are we gonna get out of here? I want to go forward in time, not backwards. So it goes from 36 minus 5. That's, yeah. 6 minus 2 is 4. So 36 minus 4 equals 32. We've been at 32 before. It was not a fun place. Oh, never mind. We haven't done 32. How nice. I'll take it. 32 looks like something different. So I'll go ahead and grab you. And let's see. What do we get? You keep a prisoner. You keep a prisoner? Okay. Why is this prisoner... Why this particular person? Why don't you feed upon them? Create a character and a skill related to keeping them captive. Great! We're taking someone hostage now. Oh boy. Let's see. Maybe they're a bad person. No, that's okay. We can fix this. Decided to reroll. Chaos. Bring hypnosis back. We do have... Oh no, we do have navigation. But reroll time it is. And also, rerolls have been reset. Alrighty. So where were we at? Let's see. It was 38, right? No, hold on. Let me undo. We were on the... Yep. No, hold on. My own memory is getting forgotten. Hold on. It was 39 we were at. 39. Okay, do we make it out of the 30s? Let's see. Oh boy. What do we get? Roll. 10. Okay, 10's good, 10's good. What do we get? 1. 9. Okay, we move up. Yes, hostage! No more hostages. You could try to re-roll for hostages, but hostages are no more. So now, we move up, and we move up 9, which means 8, right? 8. 15, 9. So it'd be 48. 44, 46, 48. We're finally out of 31. Weren't we at 36? Were we? I thought... Oh, hold on. 36. 36. Yeah, my memory's ruining itself. If I will take your word it was 36. Truthfully. Yeah, we are on 45 now. 45. Okay. As long as it's not 30. Okay. let's see. Oh boy. Your body is undergoing... Okay, here we go. Your body is undergoing further corruption and change. When do you first notice these new changes? Create a mark. Now we have 3 marks. Okay. That's not too bad, not too bad. New mark time. Let's move it up. So right now, we have 2 marks. We have the makeup on our face is permanently stained. And that is this makeup right here. Forever just sad looking makeup. And we also have a rose that is on top of our head, forever growing, no matter how much we trim it. We need a new mark. And how do we add, or what new mark do we do? Maybe we can expand upon the plant idea? We could also maybe do more makeup, but I feel like going tattoos is a little bit too easy. I like the rose idea because that means he has to constantly wear his cowboy hat to keep it hidden. But let's see. What mark can we go for? More vampiric mark, as it says here, corruption. A burn scar from the mold strikes back. I'm not putting mold on it. It's gross. Ah, no mold. Yeah, no. A burn scar from something holy. Ooh. Ah, you know what? Let's do that. Where should the burn scars go, though, is the question. But I like that idea. Maybe, and we can put this in, this is memory, this is memory, this is memory travel. This is, this is, what would you describe this memory as? Moldy D&D? No, get it out of here. Shoo. Oh, disgusting. I'm trying to think, what do you categorize this as? This is writing in a diary, cannot remember. This is also kind of memories. This is more so passage, morning came across a passage in the diary. I would deem this maybe just diary. Burn hands? Ooh, sure, burn hands. Okay. So maybe what we can do is do, let me go ahead and move this to the center. We need a category for this one. I'm thinking a category. For now, we can just call it or say writing. How about that? Writing. Writing is the category. He tried to drink from a priest. His mouth would be burned then. Oh, that'd be awful. I do like the idea. Oh, hold on. Let me make this a little bit smaller. Because we're getting more marks. I'm thinking, and let me go ahead and disconnect these 2. Like that. And also connect to this one, wherever it is. Do Control J. We have this one. And now, I do like the burnt hands. Let's see. There we go. Burn hands. My hands. And unbold. My hands. The Pope versus an undead cowboy. Who wins? My hands have been scarred. My hands are now scarred. My hands are scarred from holy light. Like that. There we go. Sounds like a bee. Oh, there we go. Are we back? OPS is having issues now. Are we back? Hello? Can anyone hear me out there in that world? Echo. Oh boy. This internet. It is not liking me today. A midnight duel? Vampires can't meet at noon. True. They are. Echo! Indeed. Yeah, it froze. It's YouTube back up and writing too. Oh boy. That's so unfortunate. I think we're good to go now. Okay, yeah. Okay, YouTube seems to be back up too. Okay. We're back. And my hands are scarred from holy light. I like the idea. I'm thinking what we can say is we can have a memory down here, new memory slot. And what we can say is I've taken for granted my access to the church. This morning, I went to open the door, and my hands were scarred. My hands burned from its holy grounds. It seems I am no longer wanted here. It seems whatever forces first welcomed me no longer want me here. There we go. It seems whatever holy forces. Like that. Would it be sleepy? Easy W. Oh boy. Easy W. That's funny. Okay, so how about this? I've taken for granted my access to the church. This morning I went to open the door and my hands were burned from its holy grounds. Seems whatever holy forces first welcomed me no longer want me here. That kind of, helps a little bit. It doesn't retcon what we have, but it's a thing of he's gone so much. Yeah, your body is undergoing further corruptions. So because he was at a corruption point that was okay, he was okay with going in, but maybe as time has passed, he's become more corrupted, and thus, church building itself is trying to protect the people inside from him. I think that fleshes in. All right. So, oops, hold on. What number are we at? 45. That is important to remember. 45. All right. Now we roll. And what do we get? Let's see. We have 10 and 1. 9 again. Interesting. So 45 plus 9 would be 54, right? 54? 45 plus 9. Plus 9 equals 54. Let's go ahead. 54. Pages. 54. Here we go. 54. What do we get? We get. And remember, if you don't like the roll, you can always change it by doing exclamation reroll. All rerolls have been reset since it's the hour, but since this is the last hour, this is the last rerolls you have. So let's see. Your strange accent and old ways always reveal you as an outsider, mocked and cheated at best or hated at worst. Smother these useless traits by converting an old memory to a new skill for blending in. Okay. It says old memory, so let's honor the old memory portion. It doesn't have to be too old, but not new. And let's stay away from the diary. I hold everything true to the diary. Unless I have to sacrifice it. We will sacrifice it if need be. But let's see. Your strange accent and old ways. Let's see, we have the haunted past. I don't think that's good. The strange accent and old ways. I say we keep this memory. That one's new, right? Our memory writing. Travel? How about travel? We could get rid of travel. I wouldn't be too sad about travel. However, if we get rid of travel, he won't remember his parents. Okay, maybe we don't get rid of travel. That's a little sad. I mean, no, I wouldn't be too sad about getting rid of this one. It's not too bad a memory to get rid of. But down here, we have memories that are a little too... They've been long gone. Yeah, they've been gone long enough. This one speaks of him and his old friend. Let's see. Can't sleep. This one's more of church and saddle. His new name. This one's really an old memory. And this one's also an old memory, but it says old memory. So I think this qualifies, and yeah, I think it's a total L. You don't care about his parents. He spent his entire life searching for his parents. And he's an elf, so he spent centuries. Virtuous could be converted into friendliness. True. Memory for blending in, but it says blending in, and he already has Peacekeeper, Golden Hands. We haven't had to use any of these. There's a thing of, Virtuous would, oh boy. Alright, so I say we get rid of this memory, as it's been here, it's been very long. I'm gonna toss it, and I'll toss this too to let us know what it once was, but it's been lost to the pages. If it won't spin, but there the memory goes, along with our old skills up there. Everything gets lost in time. Okay, so memory goes up there. Okay, so what do we, now that we've gotten rid of that, as I also think it's good in the sense of travel is kind of his experience, but we need a new skill, and we have too many skills we haven't even needed to check, which is unfortunate. So smother those useless traits by converting an old memory to a new skill. Let's see, in his travels, observant, maybe he learns the trait, or the skill of mimic. He's able to blend in by blending in. He has taken what he from his travels, and he's able to now impersonate people and understand the way they act, their dialect. For example, he can now do certain accents, certain postures, certain acting positions, I think, to help him more blend in. So I think mimic is a good idea. So from that, we need to write an experience. And in that, where can we put this at? Let's see, I've taken granted access to the church this morning. We can add it to that one, or we can add it to this one. This one's about writing. This one's about memory. Was mocked for his accent, can now impersonate any accent. Exactly, he leveled up. If you don't like this accent, I'll do another one. How about that? He's changed, he's evolved. I'm thinking this one though? Change. That could be this memories theme. Change. How about that? There we go. Change. Oops. Let me copy and paste it from another one. If I go up here, grab this memory sort theme. This memory could encompass, oops. If it will let me, this memory could encompass change. I can do change like that. Center it. And there we go. So change is the theme of this one. And this is the change that happens to his church. So his body's changing, and now he has to forcibly change himself to account for the times. Let's see. The ways I once did things are now making others see me as an outsider. The way I once did things are now making others see me as an outsider. To counteract this, I must blend in. I must blend in. I must, how about that? I must choose to become I must choose to become someone who doesn't stand out. How about that? As he's used to standing out, used to being a part of the crowd, outside of the crowd, but he's now kind of had to take back as people are noticing him, recognizing him. He's had to change names, had to change different things about himself, and now he has to change his mannerisms and accents. He didn't have to do that before, but now he's had to change that part of himself to where he's not genuine anymore. He's had to change that completely. That's 54. Let's see what we get now. And the roll is 2. Oh, we're going back in time. 5. So we go back 3, which will be 51. He has really evolved into a traditional vampire. Yeah, I miss my cowboy. That was so fun. And cool and suave and charismatic. Now he's just a shy-in. And he's turned emo, it seems. So 51 gives us... What do we get? Hold on. Let me grab and yoink it so I can see a little bit better. So 51 gives us... When you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature bereft of intelligence. Fair fit? Or reroll it is. Reroll. And we were at 54. I saved it this time. So 54. What do we get? Roll. 2. We're going back again? Oh boy. 3. So we're going back 1. Alright. Let me go ahead and copy this. And do this. And let's see what we get. So 53. 53. I don't know if I like this too much. I see a mortal character and I'm thinking someone's about to die. They're always ready for death, it seems like. So, a mortal character you trusted, or one of their descendants leads a hunting party. Which shared secrets are being used against you? Huh? Are they hunting me? Hold on now. That hurts a little bit. I have feelings. Check a skill. Finally, we get to use a skill, though. Okay, so let's see. Let me hide those. So with that roll, what are we at? A mortal character you trusted. Sir, you are being hunted. Betrayal. Exactly. I thought we were friends. I thought we were allies. I thought we were best buds. Alrighty. So let's see. We have the gnome lady we can use. You know, she's pretty trustworthy. Let's be honest here. These guys are dead. Let me unlink them. J, there we go. Undo that. Do that. Okay. Oh, cancel. Save. There we go. So, Gardenia's still alive. These guys are dead. They're just dead. It's been so long, they're certainly dead. Especially this human guy. Alright, so that leaves the kid. Or Gardenia. And, kind of thinking the kid. Maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking, well, Ethan, don't forget, he's the half-elf orphan. You know, we were best buds. I was the father figure. I even took his last name. So he's Ethan Panrill. You know, I'm Clen Panrill now. Could be descendants too, true as well. But why would they want to harm us? The skills that we have are... Oh, hold on. The skills that we have... Let's see. What shared secrets are being used against you? Maybe... Golden Hands. Peacekeeper. Gardenia's looking for more money. You know, maybe we should go with her. Maybe, you know, she realized our wealth and everything. Church has turned them against you. They probably think your name is outdated. Oof, that hurts. The daggers. Oh man. The church just turned them against you. Well, yeah, I guess. Maybe. Especially if the church, the building itself is starting to reject us. And we have to wear gloves now to hide the scars on our hands. It says you trusted as well. We didn't trust Garrick. Garrick was awful. We definitely didn't trust him. Or one of their descendants. I mean, maybe Garrick. Maybe Garrick's descendant could be something. How about that? Garrick, it doesn't say what is it? It doesn't say we have to make a new character, but maybe Garrick's descendants, as you, I don't know if we still have it, but a long time ago we decided, you know what, we're gonna steal your ID so you get embarrassed as a fool. So they do have some beef. You know, they're not friends, they're not enemies, but maybe the descendant of Garrick heard about us from Garrick, and they hear his name, or maybe they were introduced or something of the sort. So they want to be introduced. But I'm thinking the descendant of Garrick had something to do with it, as, you know, he'd be a likely subject, but I do like the idea of betrayal. That's the thing. I kind of like the idea of maybe Ethan betraying us. That would hurt the most. Just full-on betrayal. So maybe... Yeah, let's do Ethan. A betrayal. I want to feel a little bit of betrayal, a little bit of sadness. Things like, you know, everyone doesn't have to die is type of bad. But maybe just, you know, a little bit of change here and there. Let's see. Change. Speaking of change, that is that theme. So you have change, writing, memory, and this memory. This is a new memory. You grew up and realized what you were. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That could be, oh man, especially because they, what is it? Initially, Ethan accepted us for who we were because they were half-elf, so they got, their parents abandoned them because of who they were. But then they grew up and also who we were. Ethan is taken by the church and now believes you were the devil in disguise. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe the church is turning against us too at this point because we can't enter anymore. So Ethan, oh Ethan, we have your last name, Ethan. It didn't have to be like this. But I'm thinking change. All of this change is a memory. Is what I'm thinking it could be. The ways I once did things. The immortal character you trusted, or one of their descendants, leads a hunting party. Are being used against you. So maybe, not directly, but maybe Ethan becomes a vampire hunter, and we just happen to get caught in the crossfire. I'm just trying to soften the blow from the pain of being betrayed. Oh man. Ethan has seemed off lately. Ethan has seemed off lately after his introduction to the church. He might go now. Interesting game. Might join back later. Thank you for coming, Moon Raider. Thank you indeed. Oh, I hope you have fun doing whatever you're doing. It's Inquisitor Ethan now. What's Inquisitor again? I know the name, but what was it? Inquisitor. Let's see. A person making the officer of the Inquisition. I do like that now. after he became an inquisitor of the church, he lost that sparkle in his eye and is now hunting monsters, me included. I was able to talk him down from the act, but I fear it won't be the last time I have to do so. Let's see, Ethan Van Helsing. Imagine that, you know, after we took his last name, now he decides, you know what, I'm changing my last name since you took my last name, and I don't want to be associated with you. Oh man, you're just going through a phase, that's all. Let's see, a mortal character you trusted, and one of their descendants leads a hunting party. So I think that's good. And the skill we can use is Peacekeeper. So we're able to keep the peace. That is the skill we were able to keep. Okay. Let's see. What are we doing now? Let's go ahead and do this. So we're at 53. Let's go ahead and roll that dice. We have 3, and we have 5, which means -2. Means we are at 51. So if we go back, 51. Oh, we're back where we were. Oh, this is awful. Something hunger. Something I don't like it. All right, so it says when you hunger too much, reroll. Reroll. What does it say? Hold on. When you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature bereft of an intellect. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. Oh boy, that would have been awful. Losing a random memory? Oof. All right, but re-roll it is, Abraham. So what were we at? We were at 53. All right, so re-roll time. You were at 1 more re-roll you can do, Abraham. Only 1. Uno mas. All right, so let's see. We get 7 and 5. So we move up 2. And moving up 2, we start at 53. So it is 55. And what does 55 say? Let's see. What do we have here? Timeless introspection becomes manifest in creative acts. Choose a creative skill based on a lost memory. We get another skill? We have too many skills. Okay, too many. But based on a lost memory. Ooh, okay. We do have some lost memories we can use. We have some of these guys down here. This is a memory we lost. We do have some, some memories. I don't have the name of this memory, unfortunately. But these are the 2 memories we have to work with. And I'll go ahead and make them white to make them easier to see. So let's see. We have the one from when he became a vampire. That's what that is. That is that memory. And I'll make this white as well. So this is travel, and this one's based off of vampirism. That is the memory. It's covered. Oh, thank you for telling me. Oh boy. Thank you indeed. Vampire. There we go. I think by now you should just have the skill. Yeah, I think Jack of all trades, it's good. From travel, vampire, timeless, introspective. Yeah, choose a creative skill based on a lost memory. So I think, yeah, in his ages of being vampire, lost memory, the goat. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. And says the thing, why haven't we used any of these skills? Jack of all trades. There we go. I like that one. It can kind of apply to most situations. So that's 55. So we can go ahead and roll from here. What do we get? Let's see. So we have, oops, wrong dice. 10 and 10. What do we get? 1. Oh, we're going back in time. 1 minus 2. So we go back 1. So 54. What does 54 give us? You may be asking. Oh boy. Again? Converting an old memory again? Oh boy. Well, it seems like our accent didn't work. Apparently. Boys, if you don't like it, we can change it. But for now, we are going to have to swap out a memory. Well, not even swap out. We have to get rid of a memory. Some other useless traits by converting an old memory. Yep. Old memory to a new trait. Oh, hold on. Do we have to delete a memory? I don't think so. It just says it says converting. So I assume we lose it. Right. That would be my assumption. We lose that memory. It says because it says converting. But we get a new skill again. We are skills. Appreciated, yeah. All right, let's see. Yeah, I want resources. I'd like resources, you know. Resource would be cool, nice. Who doesn't like a good resource here and there? All right, so we're at 55. Let's see what we get. Reroll. What do we get? 9. Oh, that didn't count. You didn't see it. All right. So reroll. What do we get? 2. We're going back in time. And what do we get? 6. So minus 4. So 55 becomes 51. And what does 51 say? Hopefully not skill. You know, I'm done with skills. We have enough skills unless they want us to check a skill. Otherwise, way too many skills. Let's see. 51 again. Yeah. Oh man. They love giving us 51, don't they? So when you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature bereft of intellect. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. Ooh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay then, how can we do this? Let me hide this. If you want, you can re-roll it as well again, but I'm guessing it says middle, so these are kind of our old memories. So let's just choose from here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Certain things he's becoming overqualified. Like, you think? Just a little bit overqualified with all these skills. We haven't had to check any skills. Oh man. Alright, so 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we'll roll a d10, and if we get a 1, we re-roll it again. That's how we'll figure out which random skill to lose. Well, random experience to lose. So d10, and if it is 1, we roll again. So let's see. 4. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4. But our lovely dream, we lose it. We lose that dream that we once saw in our passage. This morning I came across a passage in my diary that spoke of a time where, before I was a vampire, I seem to have been a great sword fighter. Alrighty then, to the abyss. This memory is lost. Right there. He can do anything he wants, but he can't remember it. Yeah, if you're that old and can't do anything, just step into it. Yeah, I mean, he's skilled. He's always been skilled. He's now been given that time to become even more skilled. Oh boy. So when you hunger too much, you become a hunting creature. Lose a random experience from a memory somewhere in the middle of your memory list. Okay. Well, the memory list is, change is full. So we can go ahead and say, well, we can go ahead and underline it so we don't forget it's full. So we now we can either write in a writing, memory, or memory. But I'm thinking memory is a good one for our memories. Memories of memories. Our memory squared. Oh, hold on. Those are underneath each other, it seems. So let me go ahead and do that. And then do this. So that they're all good to go and not under each other. There we go. Okay. So in saying all of that, let's see. So the woman who once stalked me turns out to have known my previous life before becoming undead. Due to my memories being forgotten, she gifts me a locket with her photo in it, so I may never forget her again. I've taken to writing what I cannot remember into a diary. I woke up this morning to find it damaged, some of my memories lost with it. And then lastly, to fill out this memory of memories, what we can add is, let's see. I'm thinking we can add, taken to writing but I cannot remember. Let's see. While my hunger is contained, I cannot control it when it is, while my hunger is contained. I mean, he is a mortal vampire. Imagine living 3 centuries and still being a skillless, jobless, poor bloke. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to have some experience there, but I mean, he is maxed on skills. It's crazy. So, while my hunger is contained, I cannot control it. While I have maintained a sharp Grip. Well, I have maintained a tight grip. Grip. There we go. Grip on my hunger over the centuries. Sometimes it still slips. Slips. I have forgotten many things I wish to remember. There we go. How about that? That memory of, while I have maintained a tight grip on my hunger over the centuries, sometimes it still slips. I have forgotten many things I wish to remember. Like, that's it. It was a random experience because he doesn't remember what he forgot, but he forgot something. So he now has this sort of longing feel to him. And let me get some. Oh, all my water's not cold anymore. This is unfortunate. But let me get some water. Okie dokie. So we're on 51. We're now moving up in the world, hopefully. Let's see. We do 10. And we get 1. Oh, we're going back. And we also get 6 minus 5. And we're going back into 40. Oh boy. What would that be? 51 minus 5. Oh, quick maths. 51 minus 5. What would that be? 46? 46, right. 46 plus 5 equals 51. Yes. It would be 46. Let's see. 46. What do we get? Let's see. I decided to reroll. I didn't even get a chance to look at it. Reroll sure though. Oh, I am so glad my water bottle is closed. That could have been disastrous. Okay. Reroll it is. Let me copy. There we go. And 1. Okay. Oh, we were at 51. So let's go again. And what do we get? 5. Okay. Do we go forward in the story? 5, 0. Which means we go down. So instead, we go forward this time? No, we stand still. We got 0. Which means we take the second prompt. So what that means is we now, hold on, there we go. This one, we can go for this one now. Since we already did this prompt, when you get 0, you go to this one. So it says, you find companionship in something that is not human. Is it an animal or maybe something inanimate? How do you interact with it? How did you find it? Or did it find you? Create either a character or a resource to represent this companion. You know, I'm not sad about this because why not get another horse, huh? Yeah, horse? Another horse? The horse for the horses? All the horses that have died, the horse he had to eat, or he gave to his companions to eat. How about that? I feel like that's a nice wraparound for that story. And also it gives us a resource. And you know, I don't want another character. I want resources. We are low on resources. Another one. Yeah. This time it won't die, hopefully. Let's see, horse. There we go. You character or resource to represent this companion. Alrighty. So you find companionship. So how can we, where can we put this at? Maybe we can go in writing. I don't know what we can do with this writing. So I'm thinking what we can say is, while riding near a lake one night, make it an undead horse? A sock puppet of a horse? Do you want it to be insane? I mean, you know, it probably is insane at this point. Years at this point, yeah. An undead horse, okay. So either he makes a sock puppet or an undead horse. I say we roll for it. So even will be sock puppet, odd will be undead horse. Let's see what we get. Go ahead and hide this. So even, sock puppet, odd, undead horse. And we get even, sock puppet. Though if you want me to reroll, you can reroll that. But it'll be sock puppet. So he's starting to go a little bit crazy, it seems. So let's see. It's not a character, it's still a resource. The horse that can't be eaten. Sock puppet. There we go. That was the horse he gains. Okay, okay. So while riding near a lake one night... How can we do this? The writing memory is not really good. Or how about, instead of writing, the theme is morning? Things that happen during the morning. So in that case, how can we say sock puppet? This morning, I came upon a wondrous idea. This morning I came upon a wondrous idea. Imagine one of those old toys that is a stick with a stuffed horse head at the end. Oh man, you know what? I kind of like it. I kind of like it. But how about this? I came back to... Do we have the memories of Ox? If so, he shall be Socks. I don't think we do have the memories of Ox. I mean, well, it doesn't really say the names. I just gave it the horse a name, but the thing is, because of how long the years are, the horses die very quickly. But I like naming the horse Socks. But I'm thinking, I came back to, what was his name again? The Inquisitor now, Aithen. I came back to Athen's old home this morning and stumbled upon a, what are those toys called? The horse toilet stick is called, let's see, a hobby horse. I think it's called, let's see, hobby horse. Is that what it is? Yeah, it's called a hobby horse. Stumbled upon a hobby horse. Hobby horse. Stumbled upon a hobby horse. I think I'll name them Socks. There we go. How about that? So, horse that cannot be eaten. Hobby horse. There we go. Hobby horse. Remember the good times. And it also holds sentiment for the good times he had with, oh, I forget his name. Athen. When Athen wasn't so bad, evil, well, not evil, just misunderstood. Is that the word? Okay. Oh, I tilted it. I didn't mean to tilt it. There we go. Okay. We roll again. We're at 51. So let's go ahead and open up the book. Bum bum. And we roll again. Do we move forward? Hi, Q. Welcome to stream. Welcome to the pain. Seems to always be pain. So we have 8, and now we have 6. So 8 minus 2 equals 6. We move forward. Wonderful. So it's 6. 6 is the total, so we move up 6 spaces, and then we see where we go. So 51 becomes 57. We go up forward, and the new prompt we get is your knowledge of old things becomes a strength. Based on a check skill, do not... Oh, hold on, I can't read that. That's too far away. Hold on. There we go. Makes it easier for me to read. Wouldn't bugs / rodent be able to eat the fabric? Supposedly, but maybe... Okay, how about this? Since we go that route, how about maybe... Gotta get on the road. You're visiting family in Nebraska this weekend. Thank you for coming. Have fun for the rest of this stream. Thank you for coming, and I hope you stay safe on the road, April Jam. Thank you indeed. Thank you for the rerolls. The story could have gone south very quickly. As for the problem, I think I'll name him Socks. I took him to a tailor after... Well, as well, maybe it was left in a toy box. Yeah, like a toy box, so it wasn't eaten. It was protected. Something of the sorts. But I took him to a tailor to be... Or how about I took him to a toy maker. I took him to a toy maker to be refreshed. There we go. So it solves that problem. And with that said, we now have this prompt. And if you don't like this prompt, you can always re-roll. But we have, your knowledge of old things becomes a strength. You don't say! Based on a check skill, what knowledge do you share with contemporary mortals? Check a skill. Create a resource. Okay. So the question is, do we check a skill or do we use a check skill? We have too many skills, so I'm happy we got this one. Oh man. But that one's a little confusing. Based on a check skill, something something, check a skill. So is it check a skill? You decided to reroll my happy days. My happy days are resource. How could you? Oh, this was so good. You monster. The chaos. 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 An individual as insane as the dice itself. Oh man. You know what? He's got the clown makeup for it. Might as well. All right. What number were we at? I don't even remember. Hold on. Yeah, chaos. How could you? This is awful. I'll take it. But man, you've been so helpful. And now this. Where were we at? I might have to go back in time. As I... Nope, I don't remember. Okay, let me check. Let me check the rolls. I don't remember the number one bit. I thought I saved it. I did not. Let's double check. Forward a little bit. What does this say? Nope. No, nope. No. Oh boy. I don't remember the number at all and I can't go back and check. Twitch and YouTube. YouTube's still wonky. What's not happening? It's not doing its well. Okay, how about this? Okay, I think it's good now. So number, what number did I get for horse? Horse. Where are we at? Your knowledge, no. Back up, let's... Where are we at? Okay. This is backing up. This is a long prompt, apparently. Okay, so let's see. Horse, The beauty dawn calls. No, where is that? Oh, I see. Okay, it's 51. We were at 51. There we go. 51 and your chaos is right here. Okay. We're at 51 and let's see. What do we get now? Chaos. Roll. 1. We're going back? Oh boy. 3. So we go back 2. Oh boy. So that'll become 49. Alright. What simple another skill. What happened to all the resources? Oh boy. This is great. Wonderful. Oh man, you know, we're gonna be the most skilled character in the world at this point. So let's see. What simple practical skill proves invaluable in your strange existence? How did you learn it? Create a skill. What else is there to learn? We have learned it all. We have been and lived through the ages of time. We've survived wars. What possibly is there more to know? Let's see. I'll move this down here a little bit. Okay. So let's see. Control the beast, peacekeeper, golden hands, observant, navigation, mimic, jack of all trades. Okay. You know what? Let's go more human. Let's make him a little bit more human. Maybe. How about cooking? Huh? Yeah. Cooking. Cooking's now he has a skill in cooking. You know, he's all mighty and powerful, so might as well give him something that grounds him a little more. And you know who taught him? Gardenia. How about that? I don't want to add. You want to add some chaos? I'll add some chaos. So 49, and I'm thinking. Let's see. We already have haunted past. Change. So we either morning memory. Morning memory. Well, actually, how about instead of this being morning, it's what is lost? How about that? Because the memories were lost and socks was lost. So this memories theme is what is lost. Well, now let's see. This memory up here, we have memory, and this is 3 memories. So we can go ahead and underline this. This is a full memory. We're kind of running out of full memories here. This is a little scary. But now I'm thinking we can add this here and we can say, how did you learn it? Oops. So how did we learn it? And I'm thinking Gardenia. Those bloody steaks were worth the resource. They weren't! Not at all! Learning how to make bloody steaks. This is the most human, or I suppose elvish, elvish I've felt in a long time. Gardenia, gardenia. This is the most human, or I suppose elvish I've felt in a long time. I've felt in a long time. Gardenia. Gardenia taught me how to cook while I was visiting one evening. EVENIG. While I was visiting one evening, we cooked steaks, and I had a delicious bloody one. I forgot how nice a warm homemade meal can be. There we go. Some humanity, some niceness. How about that? This is the most human, or I suppose elvish, I felt in a long time. Gardenia taught me how to cook while I was visiting one evening. We cooked steaks, and I had a delicious bloody one. I forgot how nice a warm homemade meal can be. There we go. I still want my resource back. You monsters. You know, what's his name again? It's changed it so many times. His name is Clen. Clen's not the monster. You are. So let's see. Back open this book. Dun dun. Let's see if we go forward this time. 9. That's good. That's good. I like those numbers. That gives us a small number. 3. I'll take 3. So we move up 6. So it'll be 55. 55. What do we get? 4. 55. And 55 is bum bum. What do we get? Again, another skill? Oh! We're the most skillful character in the world. Oh boy. So it says, timeless interest. He learned cooking in one night. Who is he? Some sort of wise guy? Oh yeah. He's as wise as they come, apparently. He has so many skills. Timeless introspection. Well, as well, not one night. How about this? How about instead? He cooked steaks and I had a delicious homemade we can be. How about we now cook on weekends. There we go. That implies that he comes back. He's regularly taking cooking lessons. Let's see. Timeless introspection becomes manifest in creative acts. Choose a creative skill based on a lost memory. So a skill based on one of these. So let's see. Let's also make this white so I can read it. Oops. This becomes white. So this morning I came across a passage in my diary that spoke of a time when before I was a vampire I seemed to have been a great swords fighter. How about this one then? Here we go. In my attempt to become more human, I have taken up the training to hone my strength. After all, what is a vampire that cannot fend for itself physically? There we go. So now, we're gonna want to get skills and everything. And since he believed he was a good swordsman, we now have sword fighting as a skill. This character is maxed out. I'd like to use these skills and lose them. For now, this is what we have. In my attempt to become more human, I have taken up the training to hone my strength. After all, what is a vampire that cannot fend for itself physically? There we go. Alrighty, we move on. So from 55, where do we go from here? Bum bum. We go, roll, and we get 4. Okay, I'm not liking this. 2. Okay, we move up 2. I'll take it. So 57. And 57 is... Let's see. I can't see it quite yet. Let me go ahead and grab it here. Like this. And oh, reroll. Reroll it a sec. That was your last reroll. Then again, we only have a few minutes left. Final chaos or saving grace. You don't even care at this point. Chaos, chaos. Oh boy. Let's see. So we're at 55. Oh, what'll it be? What'll it be? Let's see, let's see. We roll. 1. Oh, we're going back. It's 6. What do we get? 1. Okay, so 55. We go again. You lose a resource? Ah! Okay, fine. Huh. Oh, actually, this is great. Yeah, this is wonderful. I'll take it. Who needs a resource anyway, right? Yeah, no, no. Resource, I like this roll. I very much like this roll. So now, because it's 0, as that is 1 and 1, so 1 minus 1 equals 0, which means we go for the next prompt, which is this guy right here. And that prompt, you dedicate yourself to an art. Lose a resource, but gain back 1 lost memory. And you know what that means? I'll take memory over, but we don't have a memory to, ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to do some moving around here. So either vampire or travel is the memory we gain back. And I'm thinking, I kinda, well, here's the thing. Do we go off of his beginning of a vampire? It would kind of go full circle, wouldn't it? Because Alona tried to help him remember who he once was. So it kind of, but these are kind of horrible memories, but this would make him remember who he used to be in his travels. So, I kind of like vampire. I like him being able to regain his memory after becoming more human-ish again. He kind of regains himself. I like it. So in that case, we can go ahead and move this final memory that we have to our diary, which means our diary's full. So we have that last memory. That's 2, that's 4. We'll just call this 5 to keep age in order. So let's change here, and then we can go ahead and move this memory back down. We have this memory again. Wonderful. I feel whole again. Oops. Hold on. This guy is joined together. We can go ahead and You know what? At this point, I'd say maybe later in time, Hitzel, you know, she's come back from the dead. Maybe they then become the love interest after Gardenia dies. But Gardenia's still alive. But maybe it's a kind of an old flame thing. They get together, get back together, but will they, won't they? Type of relationship. They go through a lot of mortal people. So this memory has been forgotten. What wonderful, glorious news. Travel. But it's not memory 1 though, it's memory 4. And I think we have time for one more memory. But first, let's go ahead and write. So what is lost? There we go. So during a, oh, what did it say as well? To lose a resource. Ah. How about that? Lose a resource? A locket. How about the locket? It kind of pulls it together, I think. So we lose the locket, but in losing the locket, we regain the memories of what the locket meant. I think that's a cool full circle sort of thing. So, during Alona's, where is that? E-L-O-N-A, there we go. Alona's locket was lost to the passage of time. I searched as best I could for it, but in the end I was unsuccessful. How do you spell it? S-U-C-C-U-S-F-U-L. Yeah, is that it? Okay, unsuccessful. There we go. U-N-S-U-C-C-E-S-S-F-U-L. I was unsuccessful. There we go. But in the end, I was unsuccessful. Despite this loss, I regained even more my memories of how how everything went wrong. There we go. How about that? So Alona's locket was lost to the passage of time. I searched as best I could for it, but in the end, I was unsuccessful. Despite this loss, I regained even more my memories of how everything went wrong. I like that. You know what? I'll take it. That's chaos. It was also a saving grace. All right. So this will be the last roll we'll do. You feel free, and you know what? For this last roll, everyone can get one roll. Or we'll just reset the rolls. So rolls have been reset. So you can use even 3 rolls on this one single roll. But let's make this a fun last throw in there. And let's see, this is 55. So let's bring out the dice and see where the dice last land. So 55. And we go 7 plus 2. I mean 7 minus 2. 7, 6, 5, 5. So 55 turns into 60. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's reloading. Oh, 60. Okay, let's see. What do we get? What do we get? Remember, feel free to reroll. Let's see. We get check a skill. Wonderful. I like by using my skills. That is great. Check a skill to avoid arrest as a criminal. What happened? Who was arrested in your place? Create a mortal character necessary. Ooh, that's pretty good. Alrighty. So, who's getting arrested in our place? What do we have? Who do we have? We don't have many people we can lock up. Create a mortal character if necessary. Truthfully, I feel like, and I forget his new name. But I feel like Clen could swindle someone into taking the fall for him. I don't feel like he would convince someone else. He could just talk to someone else and just get them to do it. Or maybe he impersonates someone and he gets them in trouble instead. Let's see, we don't have Silver Tongue anymore, but we can use Mimic, I'm thinking. And in that case, we frame someone to get out of jail. That is our get out of jail card. So I'll go ahead and move these guys over here. Lost in time, not forgotten. And we'll make a new person. So let's see if they are going to be... Let's see what race they are. So we can go back to here, the races. Let's figure out who we impersonate and get into jail for a crime. Let's see. Roll. D10, we get 3. So they're a half orc. Ooh. That's gonna be a little bit tricky to impersonate. You know, he's tricky, he's skillful at this point. Shouldn't be too bad. Easy peasy. Alright, so half orc name. Half orc name. What do we get? Let's see. Decided to reroll. Reroll it is. So it's 55. Alright, let's see what we get. So that's one reroll. C. Okay, there we go. Okay. And we get 3. Oh no, are we going back in time? 6 minus 3, so 55 minus 3. Oh boy. So 55 minus 3 is 52. Meaning, where are we at? Ooh. Okay, interesting. Create a memory slot. I don't have a memory slot. Okay, well, let's see. You meant the race. Oh, okay. That's good. That's wonderful. That would have been painful. Race, gotcha. Reroll lame, I say. I think half orcs are pretty cool. You know, played one in my time. Alright, rerolling the race. What do we get? Orc. We went from half orc to full orc. Okay, how is he gonna do that? I mean, I feel like it's a little bit easier maybe just because it's an orc. So people, you know, just don't like orcs as much. So they might be more willing to see that he was framed. Alright, so where are we at? 60. We'll go ahead and do this. And that way I can see it a little bit better. So alright, we need an orc name then. Orc name. So an orc name, let's see, did we last do male? So now we do female, I believe. So where are we at? How about the name for female? How about Lambug? Orc race is some real in this world. Our character definitely it has a little bit of, what is it? I forget the word, but I mean, he's definitely tended to more human-esque type of areas where things aren't wild and fantastical. So I can definitely see it as being a thing, especially if he's not in a more accepting area. Maybe he also uses that to his advantage. But yeah, kind of blaming the pin on an orc kind of feels a little wrong. Yeah, let's see. How about naming her Dura? Especially if she did nothing wrong, or maybe she did. Who was arrested in your place? So the dilemma's here. His morals, but he doesn't want to be in jail. He definitely can't get arrested. Because if he gets arrested, he'd die. A grounded guy? What do you mean? Need a little bit more of an explanation for that one. Dura. Dura. Gonk? How about that? Dura Gonk. I like that one. Dura Gonk. There we go. Dura Gonk. And Dura Gonk. Check a skill to avoid being a criminal. So how did we avoid being a criminal with the help of Dura Gonk? We... How did she get to be in our place instead? We have golden hands. Maybe that's a little bit better. Maybe we were accused. Duragonk, an orc woman who not many of the town's people trust. I further broke this. I further broke this when I pinned her for a crime she didn't commit. There we go. How about that? Oops. Let's go and move that back, and I need this. So, Duragonk. He lives in a fantasy setting, chooses cooking in sticks with heads. I see. You know, just a modern, grounded guy. I can see what you mean. Yeah, grounded. Very ground solid. No, not in this one. Everyone's a little bit up in arms as the vampires and the goes bump in the night. We'll check a skill to avoid. So we need to create a memory. So we have what is lost. That is completely checked off. Travel is as well. So is haunted. We only have one more memory slot available. Oh boy. Yeah, all these are full. Okay. This is the last one, and it is the one. It's the one I think is the worst one to be. This theme is what it means to be mortal. It's not very mortal of you. Or rather, it's the memory of humanity. Vanity. And what does he do with this humanity memory? He decides, yeah, I'm gonna blame someone. Oh man, I feel bad now. I feel very bad. Alright, so Dura. Let's see. It wasn't as if I meant to pin the blame on her, Dura. However, she was my only out. How about that? And then, however, she was my only out. And what happened on this dreadful, dreadful one? Let's see. However, she was my only out. I had stolen. Don't forget, he used to be a smuggler. So he's definitely. I had stolen a prized artifact. I had stolen a prized artifact. A prized artifact despite my years of smuggling behind me. It was the only thing I could do. There we go. What does it mean to be human? It means to make mistakes, make lies, steal, and that, all of that. I think that sums it up. To be touchable, I think. to not be, because if you're untouchable, you ascend, right? You're above the gods. But to have been caught and almost arrested shows he can still be hurt and that he can still be harmed. Hence the idea of humanity. Well, that is that. I think that wraps it up a little bit good. He's still on the run. The game's not over quite yet, but that'll be the stopping grounds for all of this. And since YouTube's been acting funny, I will most certainly have this moved, or let's upload it to YouTube to make things a little bit easier. We can go ahead, and where are we at? I can bring you to the screen, and hold on, where are we at? Go ahead and mute you. There we go, and let me change the music again. There we go. Wonderful, wonderful. So that brings us to the end of this 1,000-year vampire stream. That was fun. That was painful, but it was fun, and I'm glad rerolls were used. That definitely makes it more fun, getting to have the fates not even in my hand or the dice's, but all of yours too. It was fun also getting to create a story together. I think we did do good here, and I'm a little sad his name's been changed, but Clen Panreal has to, like, it's gonna have to grow on me. But thank you for jumping. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Hopefully I can get the streaming stuff fixed by tomorrow, as that'd be awful if I couldn't. But tomorrow we'll be playing a game made by someone in the community for a little bit, and then we'll be playing FNAF. And then on Sunday we'll be doing a programming stream, and then next week will be some fun pixel art and art, just in general. So with that, thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you all soon. Let me go ahead and make sure the buttons are good. Buttons are pressed. Buttons are nice and handy. Are we all good to go in that sense? Yep, we're all good to go. Okay, yeah. Oh boy, I'm gonna try to get that all fixed up and coming. But thank you for coming, indeedy. Have a nice night. Where's the button? I always forget where the button is.